welcome to Dose of Wonder. I'm Caitlin, your guide on this journey through mindfulness, mental health, grief, and personal growth. Each episode will dive into honest explorations and gentle reflections to help you find moments of calm, clarity, and a little bit of wonder too. So grab your favorite cozy spot, take a deep breath, and let's get started. I want to start today by asking you a question, and I want you to be brutally honest with yourself. When was the last time you felt completely, utterly paralyzed by nervousness? I'm not talking about that sudden adrenaline spike you get when a car swerves toward you. I'm talking about that sticky, modern, everyday anxiety. Maybe it was staring at an email you were terrified to hit send on, or maybe it was sitting in your car in a parking lot, staring at a doctor's office, just unable to get out and go inside. It's that moment where you are physically safe, but your brain is screaming at you to run. Your stomach is in a knot, and the seatbelt feels like it's the only thing holding you together. In those moments, we usually do the same thing. We wait. We treat fear like a traffic light. We see the red light of anxiety and we idle, telling ourselves, once I stop shaking, then I'll make the call. Or once I feel 100% confident, then I'll apply for that job. But here's the truth-telling part. That light often doesn't turn green on its own. Waiting for the fear to vanish usually just leads to stagnation. You end up stuck in the parking lot, burning fuel and going nowhere. Recently, I've been thinking about this a lot because I've signed up for the Best Year of Your Life Summit for the third year in a row. I think it's the third year. To be honest, COVID has made time feel so strange that I can't quite recall. It's a massive 10-day event with 45 different speakers covering everything from health and habits to financial wellness and spirituality. It's a bit of a well-being buffet. And to be honest, the sheer volume of information can be a little overwhelming. You feel this pressure to optimize every single corner of your life before the video links expire. But despite all that noise, a single gem cut through everything on that very first day. I was listening to a man named Justin Michael Williams. He's a transformational speaker and a music artist, someone who commands a stage and shares his soul through music. Naturally, when we see someone like that, we build a narrative in our heads. We see the confidence and the success, and we assume he was born without the anxiety gene. We assume that the traffic light is always green for him. But during his talk on life purpose, he shared one of his favorite mantras. Feel the fear, but do it anyway. Now, of course, I've heard that before. I'm sure you have too. It's been on bumper stickers and Instagram sunsets for decades. But hearing it from him in that moment, it finally clicked. It clicked because I realized that Justin Michael Williams doesn't just say this to other people as advice. He says it to himself, regularly. That realization shattered the illusion for me. He isn't fearless. He might be terrified, but he's doing it anyway. It deconstructs that dangerous assumption we all make, that confidence eliminates fear. We think, once I'm good enough, I won't be scared. But here is a professional at the top of his game admitting that fear is still a part of his daily diet. He hasn't eliminated the fear. He's just learned to bring it along for the ride. I love that image. Fear isn't a stop sign. It's just a passenger. Maybe a really annoying passenger who's screaming at you and trying to grab the wheel. But you're still the one driving the car. We're all human beings, after all. We often pathologize fear, thinking that if we're anxious, we must be broken. But fear, anxiety, and nervousness are standard features of the human operating system. And it's not always about lofty goals, like launching a business. It's the mundane stuff, too. I'll share a personal example from my own week. I had a doctor's appointment and some medical tests coming up, and I was anxious. I was sitting in that waiting room of the mind, feeling the shiver. How many times do we put off a checkup because we're afraid of what they might find, or avoid a difficult conversation because we don't want to feel the discomfort? We shouldn't let these uncomfortable emotions stop us from doing what is best for us, whether that's seeing a medical professional or making a big career change. Fear in this context is just a reaction to the unknown. We don't know what's going to happen, and as humans, we hate not knowing. Evolutionarily, the unknown meant a predator in the bushes. Our brains are wired to treat uncertainty as a threat. But the only way to make the unknown known is to collect the data. And you can't simulate that. You have to act your way out of it. You have to go to the appointment. You have to get on the plane. And here's the part we always forget when we're in a panic spiral: the aftermath. Think about the last time you actually pushed through. When you finally do the thing, how do you feel? You feel proud. You feel accomplished. You feel brave. And yes, I'm saying brave as if it's in all caps. There's a specific kind of high you get when you prove to yourself that you are the driver, not the fear. I think of it as paraphrasing Nike. You just did it. You didn't let the fear stop you, and you did what you wanted to do despite it. Whenever I've done something I was afraid of, I've never regretted it. I felt relieved, which is one of my favorite and most underrated emotions, and I felt like I finally moved forward. Stagnation is comfortable, but it's static. It's decay. Every time I've faced the fear, I've leveled up. Think about the ripple effect of that bravery. If Justin Michael Williams had let fear stop him, if he had waited for a green light that never came, he wouldn't have been on that stage. He wouldn't have been there to give me that reminder. I wouldn't have written that article, and I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you. Your bravery doesn't just serve you. Your fear is personal, but your bravery is communal. It gives other people permission to be uncomfortable too. So this is my reminder to you. If you feel the fear, just do it anyway. It's difficult, it's not easy, and it requires a conscious override of your survival instincts. It requires you to look at that red light and drive through it cautiously but deliberately. So I want to leave you with a challenge. Think about your life right now, today. What is the one unknown you are currently avoiding? Is it a health result? Is it the answer to a question you're afraid to ask? Is it the feedback on a project you've been sitting on? What is that thing you're keeping in the dark because you're afraid of what it looks like in the light? Trust your future self. Trust the version of you on the other side of that phone call or that appointment will be grateful that you took the leap. Feel the knot in your stomach. Acknowledge it. Say hello to the fear. And then do it anyway. I'm pretty sure you'll be glad you did. Next week, I'll be talking about the psychological bias of one of my favorite psychological concepts, the bystander effect, and whether you'd help in an emergency. Until then, thanks for listening, and don't forget to live with a dose of wonder.
In the stillness we begin, with stories stitched in softer skin. A spark, a sigh, a breath, a bend, a dose of wonder, like a friend.